I can't express to you how scared I am right now. When I saw him, he was surprised as I was. It was huge. I am not sticking around for fully not expecting to see me. I don't know what I walked into. I was at least within 20 feet and he jumped. A life before your eyes kind of moment because of.
If that's not an ominous intro, I don't know what is. Or am I just being a drama queen?
Good morning and welcome back to Englewood Cycling. My name is Kevin. I like to ride bikes and I like to make videos. Alright, this is Powerline Road. At the beginning of the video you saw I passed some people and looks like there were about 3 hikers and looks like they might have seen a deer or something. So that path right behind me that we just came off of is the connector trail back to the parking lot. Today I'm out here to Recon this section of trail here that goes up to Wellfield Road, which is a shell road like this, and this is Powerline Road. Get on the shell road and we're gonna go to Stockade and head north towards Highway 72 and check out a pond there. So anyways, let's ride. Looks sandy, but it's rolling nice here. I'm going to turn off the camera and I'll meet you further up the road. So a couple hours ago we got some rain. Looks like it reached out to here a little bit, but there's only an hour and 2 of sporadic thunderstorms. Nothing major, but a little water on the dirt's always good. Second time it's rained in about 2 weeks. So we're coming up on so this is not Wellfield Road. We still gotta go up that way to get to Wellfield. Once we hit Wellfield, we'll take a left turn and take a quick right onto Stockade. You see where the pigs have gotten to this. Rode this section a month and a half ago when Swamp came down here, and I made that video about riding with Swamp on the big dirt loop. Oh, I never caught this part on the video, but it wasn't like this on the video. It was floating much nicer. This is rough. All right, I'll see you. I am doing this Recon for a ride that I have coming up on May 24th with some friends. So that gives me a couple weekends, weekdays for that matter, to check different route options. The way my May 24th route is designed, this is on the return. Our start and finish will be Deer Prairie Creek Preserve South in Northport. And I'm calling that ride the Northport Ramble. 55-mile mixed service ride. I would call this particular section today not fun. You see out in the distance some buildings, maintenance barn off to the left, some wells, I guess. We're going to turn left here. That's Wellfield Road ahead of us, where those buildings are. That's where we're headed. All right, as soon as we get past the maintenance barn, we're on Wellfield Road. And we'll turn left. We're looking for Stockade after that. Wellfield Road. That's Stockade up there to the right. We'll take Stockade north, and at some point we'll do a little jog to the right, connect to another road, which I don't remember the name of right now. It's on my map, and I can look at it later. And then that road, that second road, takes us to, I think they call it Big Pond or something. I think that's actually, at that point, in the Myakka River State Forest. which is a part of my route on the 24th. All right, we'll see you at the next intersection. All right, we're still on Stockade. We are getting closer to the section of road that we're gonna do a quick jog to the right. So Stockade was rough for a little bit. Pig rooting and possibly maintenance vehicles driving through. What's nice is there's very, very little civilian traffic out here. Certain volunteers can drive, whether they're doing trail maintenance or park cleanups. I know they have search dog teams that come out here and do training. So most of the damage done to the roads is going to be nature. The roughest part though was, going slow. You might even be able to see this one flying around, but going slow for the bumps seems to invite the deer flies out, and they were biting back there. So mental note, if you're coming out here, getting off the main roads, coming on these grass roads, pack some off, something environmental friendly hopefully, but whatever works for you is better than nothing, because I've got nothing right now. These little buttholes are right on me. See this one? Get away! Shoo, fly! Anyways, I gotta put the camera down. Actually, pick up pace. So this T intersection coming up left is River Trail, and that goes to the Mayaka, I believe. To the right is called Bear Hammock Trail. So you got River Trail and Bear Hammock Trail. Left to the river, right for Bear Hammock. We're just going to jog right and turn left onto Old Fenceline Road. And also, what I didn't mention last time was Stockade is essentially a alternate route. It's the most direct, but if it's too rough, based on how we're feeling when we get to it, we can work our way over to Arcadia Gray to come down that way. So we have some options, and I just want to know how they're looking before we have friends over to ride. All right, we're almost on the intersection. This damn fly won't leave me alone. I'm going way too slow. Damn him. Come on, dude. This guy is huge. It's like he just wants to be on camera. I hope he shows up. Okay, here's our crossroads. It's nice to see they have maps and signage out this far in the middle of nowhere, quote unquote. Okay, behind me is River Road. River Trail, excuse me. This direction. Ooh, that looks nasty over to the left, doesn't it? This section is Bear Hammock Trail. And up here when we turn left is Old Fenceline. We have to cross that nastiness there. Hopefully I don't drop the camera. So I still got some time before we get to it. Still working our way towards our left turn onto Old Fenceline Trail. Back there, as soon as the camera went off, I got bit by either the horsefly or a horsefly. There we go. It's still happening. Fudge. Gosh darn it. This sucks right now. I have no bug juice. And they're getting me. Looks like this might be the turn. Coming up. It is rough. I am not having fun. Because of the flies. The riding's rough. I expect it to be rough. It's not well-traveled areas. But the bug situation is really bad. Maybe I'm not eating enough garlic. I don't know. Here's our turn. Yeah. These flies are really pissing me off. There's obviously more than one. They are all over the place. Okay. Old Fenceline Road. I'm gonna put the camera away for a while and focus on my line so I don't crash while picking up.
I fear what comes after. We'll hold on for better days. Let our past begin to shatter. Days like these, we can see the way.
I don't want to speak too soon. We're not, we're a little bit up the road from the last shot, but not significantly. But I'm not getting bit here, and I'm going slower. I did pick up the pace somewhat significantly to try to drop those deer fly. I'm not sure if I was, or if I was just leaving kind of their territory. I slow down to shoot this, navigate trail. Kind of expected to start getting it up again. Love the greenery through this section.
These days come to life like a river keeps on winding. We know this is our time. Keep the memories that we're finding.
When you got shadows, sometimes these little bumps can sneak up on you. That was one of those times. All right, the lake's right on the other side of these trees, so let's see how easy it is to get to it. There she blows. There she is. Don't know if that's the best way to get to it right now, but if I scroll the map, it kind of moves further away from here. So let's see what we can do.
Five minutes later.
Just had the living shit scared out of me by a big ass bull gator there. I am not sticking around for. I was cutting through the woods trying to find my way back to this road, and he's over there somewhere. When I saw him, he was surprised as I was. It was huge, fully out of the water, fully not expecting to see me. I can't express to you how scared I am right now. I was 20 feet, maybe closer, but I don't want to over exaggerate. But I was at least within 20 feet, and he jumped, and I put my bike in front of me because I was walking at this point because it wasn't really rideable. I wasn't going the right way. Calm myself. That was not fun. But I didn't. When I backed away, you know, kept my eye on them, and I was also just keeping an eye on anything else that might have been out, because I don't know what I walked into. But I didn't dick around with getting my phone out to get pictures and video. I got to where I knew was safe. And even that little section when I started this video on the road, he wasn't too far in the trees right there, but you could see the shoulder was built up where it wasn't an easy cross for him. But I think he was scared like I was, and he was happy to see me leave, as I was happy to see him leave. And look at this, gravel in Florida. You don't see this a lot, but now we're on gravel. My nerves are calming down, obviously, because I'm changing the subject. Almost a life before your eyes kind of moment, because if that gator decided he wanted to come after me, just like in the movies, right? Guaranteed you I would have thrown that bike in between me and him and start moving backwards and trip, and it would have been done and dusted from there. Maybe a little bit of over exaggeration. I really don't know. It's not something I want to test. And this is just like a PSA at this point. I don't fuck with gators. This is their natural habitat. You know, I believe in, you know, we can and should use our natural resources for recreation, but, you know, very passively, so that they can maintain their habitat, and respectfully. In one of my videos when I first got this camera, I was nowhere near the gator myself, so I was out of danger. But my selfie stick got too close to him and spooked him. So I really don't want to spook the wildlife of any type. Deer on the road, birds, it's hard not to spook them. Gator, anything on the road, right? Because we're pretty much gonna stay on the road. But out when they're in their dens and wherever they sleep and breed and chill, could not be more scared. That guy was huge. I regret not having a picture, but I don't regret being alive. Oh my God. It's one of those moments I wish I was filming as I was going through there. But it's the most minor of regrets. I don't know how to explain it to you. I'm still shook. A little bit of shock going on here. All right, let's keep moving. See you up the road. All right, just getting up to the end of, or at least not the end, but the point of Old Fenceline Trail that hits the trailhead on 72. So US 72, or State Road 72, excuse me, State Road 72. On the other side is All-Weather Road, which is inside Myakka River State Park proper. It says enter by permit only, but we came in from another park and we're getting back to that park. What that is. Yeah, so this road here, I'm not 100% sure what it is and where it goes. And for today's purposes, I'm not too interested. I am gonna, don't know if this will show up on the camera. Anyways, when I get up here, I'll see it leads to or is North Powerline Road. And at some point that connects to what we call the Mile of Hell, which is the bitter end of Arcadia grade. Venice Arcadia grade. And we'll take that past the cowboy camp back to Wellfield Road and back to Carlton. All right, let's see how it goes. Half a mile up the road, or up the trail from the last video. We're still right next to 72. We're at a trailhead. What they call this one. I thought I saw a name for it somewhere. Martin's Gate. Martin's Gate. And I guess what we're gonna ride for at least a little bit is the Mayaka Island Wilderness Trail. I don't want to follow it completely back to Carlton. If you look at this map here, and I took some still photos that I'll be able to share in final editing, but if you look at where 22, 23, 21 are at down there, and following this route, I believe this is more of a horse route than anything. So I'm going to follow this route from the yellow "You Are Here" star, and then follow it to the east a little bit, and then when it comes back hard southwest, I'm going to take the road that kind of comes back to 72 actually, and that gets me closer to the Mile of Hell. I may have to jump onto 72 at that point. Let's just show you, orient you. Right behind me, you can hear the traffic. I just rode, actually it's probably been 15 minutes now, or 10 minutes. I came from down that way. That's where we were at, half a mile down there. And that was all easy riding. It looked soft and stuff, but it was easy riding. I tried to push through there to stay right next to 72. It used to be a road or a path or something, but they're clearly discouraging using that. It's not easy to get through there. I thought I'd try, because sometimes you get through some of the initial rough road stuff, and the old road, the old trail smooths out and you're good to go. Not right now. So we came from that way. I'm going to head that way. It's going to go that way, and I'm going to come back up, I think, to 72, unless the other direction looks groomed and safe to ride. However, that doesn't suit my purposes of reconning the route from the way we'll be coming. So actually, I'll just go back to 72 like I talked about. That's the goal of today's ride. See you down the road. All right, we're about 1.75 miles from my last update on Martin's Trailhead. You can see we're out in the middle of nowhere. 72 is off to our left. In a little bit, I've got a left turn connecting to a little road that will take us back to 72, so I can connect to Arcadia Grade Road, Venice Arcadia Grade. And that first section of it is called Mile of Hell. So based on the way we're coming, May 24th, I am not going to recommend this route. I'm going to recommend we stay on 72 for the 4 to 6 miles. Keep it easy on us. It's relatively safe in that area. Low traffic, high speed, but low traffic and usually safe drivers. So you never know what you're going to get on our highway. But there's a decent shoulder. So by the time we get to this area, we're going to be fairly tired. We'll be at mile 20, 19 or 20, which is actually what I'm at on this ride today. And it won't be any fun. A little high speed, low resistance asphalt will be most welcome. Looks like we got gopher, tortoise, holes marked, or some kind of wildlife. Further back behind me, not too long ago, I saw section marked 2, and that's marked 6 and 7, what we just passed. Anyways, another update once we're on 72. But right, yeah, this whole section, this last mile or so, it's been intermittently pot marked with pig ruts, so not going to recommend it. This is what are we calling this? The Mayaka Wilderness Trail, which I'm on, and it continues to the right. And I'm going to go ahead and take that because it should connect to Arcadia Grade. Because I've already determined I'm not coming this way for my event, I don't need to recon it, and I don't need to add the mileage. And I'm tired. I didn't bring a lot of calories today, so I want to kind of go back to it. It'll be a new road to me, but I know where I'm going. The map makes sense. Head back that way and get back to the car. So my recon portion of this ride's over. Now I'm just kind of doing recon in general, but not specifically to May 24th. Be interesting to see how it goes. I'm gonna eat an apple real quick, and I got a gel left, so I'll probably take the gel when I get to Carlton, or to the parking lot at Carlton anyways. And then from there I got 5 or 6 miles back to my car. So I'm having fun today. I don't feel like crap or anything, but the hunger is starting to start, so I don't want to overdo it. I still got 1 full bottle of iced tea, so I got a little caffeine to go. It's unsweet tea, and I didn't add any sugar or honey or maple to it today. Ended up probably riding more than I anticipated. I'm already at 21 miles, and I think by the time I get back it'll be close to 40, hopefully less, but anyways, enjoying it. I'm not in a bad spot yet. If I get there, I'll tell you. Hopefully I don't get there. All right, guys, see you down the road. All right, it's definitely been slow going, partly just regular fatigue, partly because the route sucks. So we're coming up on Buckman Trail, which turns into Bear Hammock Trail to the right, same one that we were on earlier. So we're just going to dogleg to the right and take a left on Turpentine, which I believe gets us back to Wellfield. That's Wellfield Road right in front of us. That's a good thing. I'm tired. I'm hungry. But having Wellfield right there is a good thing. So I got to figure out where I'm at on Wellfield and try to find the shortest route back to the trailhead, because I'm done. Went way beyond. Actually, I didn't go beyond the scope of my Recon. It didn't go the way I'd hoped. So when I had to start taking routes I wasn't planning to and not completely familiar with, it makes me a little bit nervous. So I think we're close to Walt's Corner back there behind me. So Turpentine Trail, that was actually a good route. There's a lot of man-made fire break going on, but a lot of rideable road to the left of it. We're still on Wellfield Road, just past that maintenance barn. Up here is where we took a ride on Stockade to go north. I'm going to turn left on Stockade, hoping it's smoother than the route on the other side of the lake. So we'll turn left, maybe right here, see how it looks. We're on the opposite side of the lake as we were this morning. Just a couple miles back to the Carlton Trailhead. Gel up, rest. I'm gonna go ahead and top off with water, because why not? And we'll head back to the car.
Yes, Lord. Oh, yeah.
Woo! Doggy! Hungry. I'm hungrier than I should be at this point in the ride, so tells you I underprepared for this ride, and I overdid it to some degree. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be in shade. I think I got 5 to 6 miles. Oh no, 5 miles. So that's 4.5 miles from the trailhead to the trailhead. So here, so I got 10 miles to go. Call it 10. If it comes in less, that'd be great. And we are sitting at 29.66. So yeah, this should be a 40-mile ride back to the car. Last I checked, it said it was 81 degrees, feels like 84. It feels worse than that. So for those of you that don't recognize this location, we are back in Carlton. Down that road is the parking lot. Behind me there's a restroom facility and another water fountain. There's nice cold water here, potable, and a spigot so you can clean things, I guess. It's a nice pavilion. This is where Piggy's is held, Piggy's Revenge. You probably heard me make reference to it in some of my Carlton off-road videos. And with all the pig rooting that you saw in today's video, you can see why they call it Piggy's Revenge. I'm going to check my bike bags. I got a top tube bag and a handlebar bag, and see if there's any surprise gels hiding in there. I oftentimes have something in there, never use them, and periodically I clean them out, and that's usually when I need them. I still have the remnants of ice cubes in my first bottle. That's pretty good considering it was mostly empty. Probably whatever liquid is in there is probably melted ice. So one downside of this ride is I've been hydrating as much as I feel I need to, but it hasn't been a lot. Last time I took a pee was 4.5 miles into the ride at Deer Prairie Creek Preserve North in Venice. All right, let's ride. All right, we are at Deer Prairie Creek Preserve North in Venice. 4.5 miles to the car. We're at mile 33.25. Oh, we're at mile 33. So less than 40 miles, we'll be back. Right, turning right. This is Alphabet Trail. If in any of my other videos you ever hear me talk about ABC Trail, this is what I'm talking about. It's called Alphabet. This is the 2.5 miles back to the car. Deer Prairie Creek Preserve south in North Florida. North is in Venice, south is in North. In case I ever get those mixed up. You've been forewarned. Alright, that wraps up a very long recon ride up to State Road 72. We got it done. Learned some good information. Gonna make some changes to the route and then recon some other parts probably next weekend. I think tomorrow's gonna be a rest recovery day. Surprises. Damn near 5 o'clock. It's 4:15 and there's just people all over the place. It's a good thing. All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks for riding with me. We'll see you down the road.